y'all, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. My name is Caitlin and we're going to be continuing our journey into herbal medicine today. And today we're going to be making elderberry syrup. So the recipe I'm going to be using is from, I think, probably my favorite person right now, is Jess Sowards at Roots and Refuge. I feel like everything I do, it's either, I have certain people that I look for, and currently everything I'm doing has been Jessica Sowards. So Jess, if you're watching this, thank you very much. I will be sure to link her blog post below. She has a whole big blog on this syrup and all the benefits and the whole reason to make this syrup. But I want to talk about like my journey into herbal medicine and my experience with elderberry so far. So I've actually had elderberries for a while. I bought these elderberries over a year ago, probably before the pandemic. Well, around when the pandemic started, ish. I don't know, a while ago. And I tried to make an elderberry tincture. So there is a difference between syrups and tinctures. Tinctures are made with vodka, whereas syrups are traditionally made more with not vodka. Like there's a lot of oils. We're gonna be using honey here. But I made a tincture. So I made an elderberry tincture. So I made elderberries and vodka, and I let it sit for 6 weeks, which is what the recipe told me to do. And it is just an infused vodka. I still have it because it's vodka. I can't throw it away. But it's not good. So the whole point of making a syrup or a tincture is that you take a spoonful of it a day, and it has all these health benefits we're going to go into. But this elderberry vodka was strong. There was no way I was going to take a spoonful of this a day and go live my life. Go to work, get in a car. It was not going to happen. So if anyone has any recipes for an elderberry vodka, let me know, because I feel like I need to use this vodka up in some way. But it really actually does really excite me about all the possibilities you can do with like dried fruit and making like flavored vodkas. I feel like this is a path we need to go down one day. And I went down it for the wrong reasons, but now we need to get back on board and go down it for the right reasons. So maybe one day we'll start doing a whole video series on how to make your own infused vodkas, because that sounds fun. But elderberry vodka so far, not fun. Haven't found a way to drink this. It's definitely not my daily medicine, which is what I hoped it to be. So when I stumbled across, I didn't even look. I didn't even go looking for elderberry syrup from Jess at Roots and Refuge. I just stumbled across it. So I feel like it's fate. Or else my YouTube knows she's one of the top people that I watch. It's probably YouTube's algorithm. But I stumbled across this elderberry syrup recipe, and we're gonna give this a try. I really like this recipe. Just from the research that I've done, it seems really good. The only thing I am admitting, she does add about, I think, a half a cup of rose hips. And I have rose hips. I'll show you. So I picked my own rose hips last year, and it was my first time. I didn't even honestly know that my parents' farm had rose hips. So one day it was very cold, and I went and spent an hour picking a good amount of rose hips. You need a lot of rose hips to go far. I feel like this would be enough for like one batch of elderberry syrup. So this is what a rose hip is, and it's found on wild roses. Again, I didn't think my farm would have it. They do. So I highly suggest before you buy it, go find some. Or not right now, but it was, I think I picked these in like February. January, February. And these are great. These are great in teas. These are a great resource of vitamin C. And I do have them in a salsa can. We don't waste around here. But they're a great source of vitamin C. However, again, things that I learned, I picked them and I put them right in this jar. And they got moldy. And so I tried it because I didn't want to waste them. Because by the time I realized they got moldy, it was not rose hip season. And so I picked out the moldy ones, and I wasn't honestly comfortable using them, so I haven't used them yet. So I went down to get them today. I'm like, I wonder how they look. I wonder if they're moldy or they're okay. And I don't feel comfortable. I don't know if that would honestly do anything, but I don't feel comfortable. So I'm leaving the rose hips out. You can buy rose hips on Amazon. I'm just waiting until next year, and I'm going to go pick some more. And we're going to, I guess you lay them out flat to dry for a couple of days. Haven't figured that out yet. But don't just put them in a jar and close the jar up, because that's not how you're going to do it. They will go moldy. So, my elderberries I did buy on Amazon. I bought a whole big bag. I think it was like $10. It was like super cheap. But I am also going to, I think, look into this year, see if I can find some sort. I don't know if it's a tree or a bush. I think you can get an elderberry tree or an elderberry bush. Either way, I'm gonna look in and get into one of those for my own garden this year. So like hopefully once these elderberries are gone, I can have some more coming in because I'm all about doing it on my own. So I wrote down in my chicken scratch some of the really good ways that elderberry is good for you and elderberry syrup is good for you. So just elderberry alone. I'm not gonna talk about any of the ingredients we're putting in yet, but I just want to talk about elderberry alone. Elderberry is great because it's an antioxidant. It helps prevent heart disease. It helps boost your immune system, which is the main reason I'm doing this. I want to help boost your immune system. And by both boosting your immune system, it's helping you fight colds, it's helping you fight viruses, it's just helping your body stay healthy. But once you start getting sick, it definitely can help your body fight the cold, fight the flu, fight the virus. So this is a great thing to have on your shelf. I don't know what that says. No. I can't read my own chicken scratch. 1 cup of berries contains 40% of your recommended vitamin C. So I don't know if you have to eat a whole cup of berries for that, but that sounded nice. So 1 cup of berries contains 40% of your recommended vitamin C. So it helps with inflammation. It's anti-inflammatory, so it helps with your inflammation. So, and it has a ton of other things that I saw that can help with your brain health, it can help with mental health. So basically, I think if you're late to the party, elderberry is just the godsend of the plant world. There's nothing it cannot do. So we're going to be making this syrup. And the syrup has a lot of other really good things in too. So if you watch my first video we did garlic and honey. Honey, I am a big proponent of honey. So this one you have to use a raw honey. As with my garlic and my garlic ferment, you have to use raw honey. You have to use a raw honey for these. A pasteurized honey is not what we're going to want to use for any of our things. So raw honey has the best nutrients, the most vitamins. That's the way to go. Always try to use a local honey. I don't have local honey. I'm out right now. I have this much left of my raw honey, and I don't want to use it in this because this tastes so good that I'm just using it in my daily life. So I bought honey. Maybe that was dumb, I don't know, but that's how I did it. So honey, super good for you. It's good for your hair, it's good for your skin, it's good for your health, it's good for you. So I love the fact that this elderberry syrup calls for this honey because we're just taking stuff that is already good. Elderberries are good, honey is good. We're gonna be using garlic's good. We're using cinnamon, we're using cinnamon. Cinnamon is so good too. All of these things are so good. And we're gonna take them all, we're gonna put them in a pot, and we're gonna make this, again, this concoction. That's, I think, my favorite word when I'm doing any of this stuff. That is just gonna be so good for you. And I love knowing that it's good for you. It's been proven to be helpful and beneficial, and you know exactly what's in it. So I love that. I'm all about that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So in this pot, I'm using just a big heavy bottom pot. I'm gonna start with 3.5 cups of water. So we're gonna start with 3.5 cups of water. I have 3/4 cup of dried elderberries. If you're using ground cloves, you need a teaspoon. I don't have ground cloves. I could not find them in the store. So I bought just whole cloves. I'm using a palm. I'm using, I guess, I don't even know, a teaspoon equivalent. If that was ground up, would that be a teaspoon? We're gonna go with it. Throw that in. 3 cinnamon sticks. You can use fresh garlic, and I do have fresh garlic, not garlic, ginger, but I have this ginger paste, so we're just gonna use the ginger paste. I think that'll be just as good. I hope. So you want about a teaspoon of that. We're gonna get this on a nice rolling boil for 45 minutes. If you have the rose hips, you would add about 1/2 cup of rose hips in here now too. The honey gets added at the end, so don't add the honey now. But we're gonna get this on a nice rolling boil, and do not cover your lid. There is something, and I can't say it, starts with an H. There's something in the elderberries that we have to cook out. So you don't want to cover the lid, you want to allow it to cook out. So I'm gonna bring this up, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a stir. And I'm gonna bring this up and just let this cook for 45 minutes at a rolling boil. And then we will drain it. We'll strain it through a sieve or a cheesecloth, add our honey, and then we'll store it in our containers. And then when we do this, we'll take this every day, and this will help boost our immune system. So I'll be back after this guy has been boiling for 45 minutes, and we will get him drained and add our honey. Okay, it has been 45 minutes. So I brought this syrup, or what's going to be a syrup, I brought it up to a boil, and then I turned it down and let it simmer for 45 minutes, and then I let it cool completely. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the cinnamon sticks out, and I want some of my elderberries come out. I want the elderberries in the syrup. So I took the cinnamon stick out, and now I'm just gonna mash what is left in the pot. We're gonna mash those elderberries to get all their juice out. And then I do have a sieve sitting here over a bowl, and we're gonna strain everything through the sieve into larger pots. Then we're gonna add a cup of honey, and we're done. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of a mash. Now I want to give it a taste. I want to see what it tastes like. It smells really good. It definitely got a lot of honey sitting at the bottom. Get that all mixed in there. There's just like a string of honey. It doesn't taste like something that I would like willingly be like, ooh, give me that. But it doesn't taste terrible. It doesn't taste bad. It does taste like medicine though. A little bit, I think. But not as bad as medicine. It's like a fruity medicine. I don't know. So before I fill it up, I'm waiting for my honey to come out of my container. But my dog is ready for bed. And how do you not want to see this dog? Say hi, soy sauce. Hi, baby. Hi, baby girl. That is a dog who is very much ready for bed. And it's only 7:30, but she's letting me know, if you can hear her whine in the background, she's letting me know that, Mom, I'm ready to go up to bed. And she is not a dog that will go up without me. Okay, so that is one more herbal medicine checked off our list. So one batch of this made, as you can see, about 3/4, just under 3/4 of a mason jar, of a quart jar. I wanted to make some for me too, and I didn't. This is all gonna go to my mom. So take this into account. You know, I think next time I would definitely double it. This can last about 6 months in the fridge. So you do want to keep it in the fridge, but it can last a few months in the fridge. If your whole family is taking a spoonful of it a day, it'll last a little while. Like a spoonful of this every day will last a little while. If you start feeling like you're getting sick, you're supposed to take extra doses, and I don't think you can overdose on it. So every time you walk by, take another swig of it. And I just heard amazing things about elderberries. So I think this is going to be a really great thing to try. And I have no doubt that it's going to work. I have no doubt that this is proven to be very effective for most people. So I love the ability of having this on our shelves. It's homemade, we know exactly what's in it. But then too, when you start feeling sick, you can start taking this. And this is a way to get away from the traditional pharmaceuticals. Again, I don't want to get fully away from pharmaceuticals. If I have a heart attack or cancer, God forbid, any of these things, knock on wood, I'm going for those big, give me the drugs. But when it comes to ibuprofen and Tylenol and Advil and all those things, I like to find ways to kind of avoid them if needed. And we all know liquid medicine like NyQuil and DayQuil, which I always have to take when I get sick, That tastes terrible. So I like the idea of having this as a preventative, and if I get sick, it can hopefully help, well, it can help ward off the sickness. And I can do this on my own without having to give that money to Dayquil and NyQuil and all that stuff. So I like the options for this. So this is the second thing on my herbal medicine list. The third thing is going to be a fire cider. So I have all the ingredients for a fire cider. We're going to make that in just a day or so, and that's actually going to sit and kind of ferment. It's going to be a fermented item for a couple of months before we can actually drink it. So we're getting some herbal medicines checked off our list. So once we get these 3 done, let me know if you have any ideas on other things we can do. I can always add things to my list, and we'll always give things a try and see if they work. So elderberry syrup, done. I will see you guys on the next video. If you like my videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. But I'll see you guys on the next video.